YouTube. This is NSG, and just checking in to speak to you about a conference that I went to yesterday morning. And before I get that started, I did want to mention that, like the others, I did update my YouTube page. And yeah, I did thug it out. That is for Trayvon. That is for my father, my brother, my cousins, my nephews, and everybody else. Because, like my mom says, um, if it's open season on niggas, she want to know. I'm like, alrighty. Then people wonder why I am the way I am. And I'm like, yeah, that's true. If it's open season on niggas, we all in trouble. And we're all in trouble. This is really jacked up. This is bothering me. So, let's take that off. So, did go to a conference yesterday. And let me preface this with saying, no, it was not worth me getting up and being there at 8 o'clock in the morning. These are usually good conferences. I'm going to put this up. All right. As you can see, building an appetite for political activism, election 2012, what really matters. And since this was actually about something serious, a lot of Negroes didn't show up. And it's partially because it was early and everyone thought it was going to rain and this, that, and another. But it was a beautiful conference room. And I've been to these, this is like the 16th year. I've been to these a number of different years, and this was not the best. Actually, this is like one of the worst ones I went to. This is probably my 6th or 7th one. But these were the speakers. A lot of people are familiar. He was our keynote, Warren Ballantyne. And then I'm going to just roll a couple of them up. Those were the panelists. Speaking to voting, and of course we all know we should be voting if we are voting age. We should all be versed in who we're voting for. But what I did appreciate, there was a PhD in political science he teaches at Akron University, I believe. And he even stated that when he looked at his ballot, he had no idea who all those judges were. And you need to know your judges. You need to vote in the judges that are more, let's say, fair to everyone and everything, about everything. But when he said that, I really did appreciate it, because I know when I looked at my ballot, I was like, who in the world are these people? And that's why I vote absentee whenever I can, because I need to look things up on the internet. I need to call people. I need to do things to find out who's doing what and how can I find out what this person's record is. And yeah, I do invest the time in it, because one day I may be in front of one of those judges and I want to know what I'm up against. So he did state that, and we all know that poor people vote less frequently than folks who are middle and upper class. And it's because I frankly believe they have other things on their mind. They want to know how they're going to eat tomorrow, how they're going to pay the rent and utilities, if they're going to have their little piece of job, because for some reason, we all know why. A lot of folks who are poor, unfortunately, don't have the same work ethic as folks who are not. They'll go, and I know it's for a fact, they will go and cuss out their boss in a heartbeat, while as I'll skillfully manipulate and get them back for whatever they did. That's why people hate when I report to them. They think, at first they like it because they think they can figure out how to control me. And then when they figure out they can't beat me, so they join. That's why they hate me. And I know they do. I don't care. They need me. Because if I don't work there, I'll work somewhere else. I'm not really concerned about it. But, okay. And of course, when there's more ways to vote, like absentee, day of, whatever, the more people vote when there are more ways to vote. Keynote address. Mr. Ballantyne, he spoke to, of course I'm reading, I took some notes. And they didn't even give no paper. They usually, every year they used to give no paper or notebook, so I didn't even bring any. Not this year. I had to dig in my bag. I'm glad I brought my bag with me to find one piece of paper. Okay, he spoke more about the incarceration rate and how people who are incarcerated or have felonies in some states could not vote, even though I don't believe that's the real issue. There's not that much of a voting block of those people. That's just what he's passionate about. Okay. He is also speaking of black on black crime, and that there are enough people to change the laws if people will come out, because the laws affecting them. And then most folks, the folks that the law affects the most, those are the ones not coming out. He was stating that we should be organized and that a dream without a plan is just a wish. He says that on his radio show. And those were probably the most interesting things he did say. Of course, he also always had to drop a dime saying that President Obama called him and he waltzed with Dick Gregory. Whatever, Negro. All right. During the panel discussion was about how to activate people, how to make folks motivated to actually become part of the political system. And here, what are some of my notes saying? Well, one gentleman was saying that the system does belong to us. We should love the system. In academia, all politics are local, because a lot of people, with Obama, he's in president. He could do it, make things happen. No, he cannot. Learn civics. Learn how the law operates. The Congress enacts laws, not the president. Sometimes he can veto laws, sometimes he can override them, but the system is made so that the president cannot, so that one person cannot make a change that the Congress has made. I mean, and it's in any civics book, and you can just Google it. You can Google government, legislature, anything. Actually, ask who did we learn that? Sixth, seventh, eighth grader. They would know, because that's when they learn it. All the parts of judiciary, all that. Let me see. When something happens, it doesn't happen to one person. Hope happens to everyone. Children should be thought to be critical thinkers. And this goes to our parents, how they always say that, when back in the day when I was doing A, B, and C, it was jacked up then too. So someone was speaking to how not to romanticize your youth, because this is a different time. This is a different era. You must apply your critical thinking to what's happening now. And we all have this critical thinking. It's just that it's not the same. Some people's critical thinking, they can figure out how to make a car run, while some people can figure out how to move a business out of bankruptcy. So we all have our critical thinking skills. So we actually need to figure out what those are, and we need to make them as sharp as possible, and we need to market those. Let me see, anything else here that's important. Positive behavior leads to positive outcomes. A lot of us are mad and angry and this, that, and another, but that'll get you nowhere. It just makes you feel better for like 10 minutes. Doing positive things and making things change is what actually makes the world a better place to live. And folks should stop being apathetic, and we should hold people accountable and know how to hold people accountable. Not by going up to them and cussing them out. You hold people accountable, unfortunately, these days by the checkbook. And the politics is pretty good money. And your vote should count, and you can always use your vote to count against folks. I don't know why I can't speak today, but I'm about to probably thinking about going to work tomorrow. Okay, but that is about it. Rest in peace, little Trayvon, and all of our other black youth that are being treated this unfairly, as well as anyone being treated unfairly throughout the world. And what else am I going to speak to? Oh, no, I would definitely say that for a different video. Okay, like I said, I'll probably be checking in next week, and I hope everyone has a great week. And until next time, stay safe, stay peaceful, sharpen your critical thinking skills, comment, rate, subscribe, whatever, because I'm going to keep making videos, even if I'm the only one watching them. I'm just joking. All right, YouTube. This is NSG. Have a good one.